All right, well, I don't know if this is streaming right now or not. Think it is. Doubt anybody's watching because it's been a million years since we've been on. Hang on a sec. All right. So as of now, nobody's watching because there's probably nobody left alive that was around last time we streamed. It looks like September 3rd, 2020. Yeah, I'm just looking at a few things here. Most of you, if you even follow the team or care, know that we are kind of back alive. We're giving everything to Stephen Aguiar, and he's going to bring this thing back to life with good people and fast racers, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to help him out. I'm not going to pay much attention to how he does it, and basically just meaning that it's his team. He can do it how he wants to. It's not going to be the old team. It'll be something new, but it's going to be good. But I just wanted to get OBS set back up today and see if it still works and see how the stream functions. But as of now, it looks like it's on. Got 0 views. Nobody's watching, so that's good. Like I said, to be honest, I don't know if anyone still follows this page at all, and I haven't owned it in a couple of years. So, pretty interesting. Yeah, looks like 0 views. I like it. Looks like we used to get a few. I'll try to get back to regularly doing these. Right now, this is just Nashville Fairgrounds B car, because next week this is where we'll be. Somehow I have no audio here in the sim. Okay. See if we can figure that out. I had audio, but now that I've got OBS installed, I have no audio. Let's see what the heck's going on. Disconnected. Well, that's good. Gotta love iRacing updates. Every single time it breaks your audio. Don't know why they insist on this mess. Let's see, that's some. Should have one more. Where is it? Yeah, maybe that was it. And do we have sound? We've got sound. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make this video anyway in case someone wants to watch it later, but just kind of get a feel for what this track's doing. I believe I am on the built-in setup. We're going to find out anyway. Let's see, Nashville. No, it's this one. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Way too much ballast forward. Oh, I hate the new tape thing. This is just going to be dumb. Really took away one of our tools, and I am not a fan. Yes, anything to give people Something to complain about. Okay, let's go see what this setup feels like and start from the baseline and see where we're at. All right. I don't know that I have ever actually raced this track, so oh, lost my pedals there. Okay. If anyone's wondering, I am just on Logitech stuff. I assume this is the right setup for this track. The SS one should be the super speedway. Doesn't feel horrible, but it is pretty loose for a public fix that.
20.296.
Not sure I like this thing.
19.936. You've got the fastest lap.
Not planted at all. I did set the weather and everything to what the race conditions would be, or at least the time of day and the date is correct. I just don't really like this setup. What the hell does that mean? Okay, I want to look at the other one real quick just to see what it says. No notes at all. But I don't think this is the right. I think this is for the big Nashville, the other Nashville. All right, well, let's go back to this Nashville. I do not like how this setup feels. It feels horrible. Okay, let's get it. Let's get this thing running better. I'm gonna make a whole lot of changes at once. I typically do this a lot because I just kind of know how I want it to feel already. If you notice, I'm going to change springs, but I'm going to take the ride height right back to where it came from. It was 5213, so I'm going to get it as close to that as I can. Okay. We're at 4596. Oh, wrong way. And if you hold down shift, it makes bigger increments here. Four, 5, 9, 6, and we're back to this one's off a little more, but it's close. Okay. We're a little bit higher in the front than we were. I do not like this much ballast forward in the B car at all, so I'm going to pull this back to at least like 35 for the moment. And if you watch, my ride heights are going to go nuts. We're at 4.6 and 5.2. Now we're 4.7 and 5.3. Yeah, we're back pretty close to where we were right now. Okay, we got stiffer springs, less ballast forward. The back end of this car feels just horrible, so I'm going to get it turning a little better. Let's see, what are we at? Bottom and top. I don't like this big of a spring. We're going to go to 800. No, let's go on down to 700. And it's at 7.5, so again, we're going to take it back to where it came from. I'm going to take this all the way down to at least 200. Let's go 200. We're going to try to put that right back to 7. Keep it barely passing. But see how the right's a little higher than the left? We're going to try to fix that. But I'm going to do that up here. No. Cross is already at 56. I don't want to make the cross weight lower. So let's just try to do it the old-fashioned way of just literally lowering the right side. Yeah, Let's see, this one up a little bit, so now we can go back. We're probably close. I haven't even looked at cambers yet, if you notice. I don't like those cambers, but we're going to fix that in a minute. That'll mess with our ride heights as well. Okay, so we're going to take this up as close to 6 as we can get it. Perfect. That did bring our ride height up from 4.6 to 4.7. I'm going to start this at 3.5. Now we're pretty high in the front. Okay, so let's take this back down. All right, we look good there. I'm going to take some packers out of this. That looks like a ton. We're going to start about here and make sure we don't bottom out, but I think we're close. Oh, see, we're at 5.8. Let's go back to 6. And okay, we've made a lot of changes. Oh, we're failing. Where are we at? Easy. Okay. Oh, rear cambers. Sorry. One more thing. Let's get these to 2. All right. Let's go drive this and see how much I've screwed it up. Let's see. All right. What was our time a while ago? 19.9. I think it was capable of quite a bit more than that. It was just sloppy and all over the track. Feels much more planted. Lead foot. That was all me.
19.768. You just set the fastest lap.
Yeah, it's a little loose coming up out of the corner. We can fix that. Okay, now let's do some getting it planted down into the track. So how far can we go down? Oh. Let's give it some room for adjustment. Let's go to 25. And I'm taking them both to 25. This is going to jack our cambers up again. Well, it didn't. Lowered that one slightly. The rears are fine. Okay, let's go. I like to try to keep the spread at about 10 psi. So let's go here and here. This one maybe, yeah, that one screwed up our cambers. Okay, so we're going to have to get these back to 2. And let's get this one back to 7. How's the front looking? Nope. Let's go 3.5. All right. Back to passing. Cross weight, not horrible. Since it's floating around a lot, I'm going to go ahead and bump this front sway bar all the way up. Then we're going to need some bite coming up out of the corner. Let's do that with some compression. All right, we'll see where we're at. And then, oh, hang on, I need to get my get Mu running so that we have telemetry, because we are going to check ride heights in a second. There we go. Telemetry's on. And after this run, we'll open Motec real quick and see where we're at. Little tight on entry. And still loose on exit. Okay.
19.259. You just hit the fastest lap.
So we're going to need to fix that. Glaring, but let's look at Motec real quick, because that may tell us what's going on right away. All right, let me get this open. Let's drag Motec down here. That's, yep, good. And this is a pretty old workbook, but it still functions. Okay, let's see what we're looking at on the splitter here. Oh yeah, we're hitting the track. That's part of our problem. So the right side's hitting in the turns, which is making us slide and then grab and then slide and then grab and then spin out. All right, let's fix that. Let's get Motec back out of the way. Let's go to the garage, and how we're going to fix that is first we're going to move this shock spring up. Let's go to 6,000 on it. Let's bring the other one up just so we don't have a big split. Let's just put them both at 6. And then we really need some drive off, so I'm going to do this. We're going to take this one down to the bottom. Remember our ride height, 7298. Got to get it back there. Let's go to 7288. Did that make everything happy in the front? We look happy in the front. Only thing I'm worried about is that tight entry, which I don't see why. It really doesn't have a big reason to be tight entry unless it does not like the 400 springs, maybe, or the asymmetry. Let's go to 3 on it and see if that helps it. Okay, we got 4.5 and 4.8. Ooh, no, let's go back for a second. I forgot to check. Okay, we're at 55 right here. 4.5 and 4.8. Pretty close. There we go. One click. Everything looks good on the left sides. Let's see. All right, let's go drive it. If you notice, I have yet to touch a track bar. I know they're at 10 and 12, but I don't want to mess with them just yet. All right, here we go. If I can get a clean lap in, this will run 18 something pretty easily. It's a little tighter up out of the corner now. It's tighter on entry. I think we've slowed it down. Yeah, okay.
19.187. You've got the fastest lap.
It's still floaty up out of the corner. Alright. That's alright, we're getting closer. Okay, I'm going to put some spring back in this right rear. I think that's part of where that's at. Oh, wait, rear toes, hang on. I didn't see those a while ago. That'll help a little bit. Okay. So now, this is where I'm going to mess with track bars. There's a lot of theories, a lot of people that think they know what track bars do. I don't claim to completely know. I just know when I'm building sets, I feel like they create wheel spin. Like if you're spinning out on throttle when the car is kind of loose, that is, to me, it's a lot of that is track bar. Because they're not necessarily holding the car's weight like a spring. You can loosen it up with a spring too, but then throwing it off in the corner, you're throwing it onto a heavy spring that's going to make the car looser on entry and all the way through the corner. I just want to keep that wheel spin up off of exit to a minimum. And it's just a personal preference, but I like to be able to, you know, use a heavy foot coming up out of a corner and not have the car go sideways. Oh, she's tight. Very tight. Okay, that didn't help. Now we may go back and adjust the right rear spring to compensate that.
19.483.
I think I'm going to do two things. Both of them are going to loosen it up, but it will be productive loose.
19.081. You just hit the fastest lap. $18.953. You just hit the fastest lap.
I still think it's too tight. And it's a push loose. When people say push loose, that's what that is. You're heading out towards the wall with the front end. You're cranking the wheel real hard, and then when it finally starts to catch, you've got so much wheel in it when it comes around. Okay, here's how we're going to fix that. I'm going to take the sway bar back one. Not a bunch, just one. Then we're going to put... I really want to put right rear spring in it, but I'm going to take left rear spring away instead. That'll help it rotate. Oops. All right. While we're doing it, let's look at Motec again. Just see what we look like now. Oh, I think we're still hitting. We are. Okay. Hitting all the way around. Maybe that wasn't too much Packer. I'm going to go up 2 clicks on that one, 1 on this one, and we're going to take the shock springs up. All right. I think this might be our friend. One more thing I might want to do, but we're going to see how this does first. Yeah, it's rotating better now. Still a little tight, but it's rotating better. Ooh. Floating into the corner, that's not good. but I can drive it up out of the corner good.
18.981.
I think it needs more brake balance in it. A lot more. Still faster. Not by a lot.
18.927. You just set the fastest lap.
I want to be able to get, see, it just, I can't get on the throttle when I want to. Okay. Got to get it rotating still. Alright, so. Man, I really don't want to, but I think I might go back to the 300 springs. Just try them. Nope. There we go. Rookie mistake. Save your setup when you have it driving good. I do this all the time where I don't save it. And then I make too many changes and I get away from what worked. Okay, 4807. 4805 is close enough. This one was 4498. Well, we need to get it to 5 though. Or no, we don't. 45. What's the back look like right now? That's not really what I want. There we go. Okay, 300 springs. We better add packer if we're going to a lighter spring. Okay, we're at 212 and 18. Let's see what this drives like. All right, here we go. Forgot to do the brake balance. I don't know if this is any faster. It's just kind of, the springs float more. The front end feels like it's floating around, but it's not. I don't know.
20.187.
I just haven't found very many tracks that I like the 300 springs at. I don't know. Never been a big fan. Okay, so we're going back to the 400s. I just pulled back the safe version. I'm going to try what I was going to try. We're going to pull some more weight off the nose. Let's go to 32. We'll have to bring the front back down. There we go. So basically we put more weight at the right or at the rear of the car. I don't want more wheel spin, but I want it to rotate better. So I'm going to pull this track bar down to 9. And then I'm going to take another click out of this spring. So now we're, oh, big change. All right, now we're going to be at 7.0 again. I think this is going to be pretty close. I think it might be a little loose on exit, but we'll see. And I don't know how this track drives. I suspect it starts to get tight. So I feel like you need to probably start off pretty loose, but you also can't be wrecking on lap 1, so you need to find that happy median of something you can drive and finish the race on. And reality is the top drivers, the guys that could just drive, over everybody else's head, they're going to have cars that are stupid loose and they'll be able to control it. The average person, not so much. We're going to need a car that drives. That right there will get you in trouble in a race, but it's survivable. I'm betting after a few laps, though, it starts to come around.
19.303.
And if you can feather the throttle out, you'll be fine. A little tight up off exit, I think. I hear Facebook going nuts. I just made that announcement on Facebook a little bit ago.
19.083.
Getting a few people blowing me up wanting to know what's going on. Oh yeah. Just feels weird still. Something's not normal, and it's not horrible, but something's not right with this car still. I know I don't like the steering the way it is. I'd rather it be at 10 to 1. Putting a lot of wheel into it that I'm not used to. But it is starting to come around a little bit.
19.022.
Oh yeah, there she comes. Right in the center of the corner, it's losing itself just a little bit, but it's starting to run really good.
19.011.
Right there, it's not rotating. It just needs, right in the center of the corner needs more. I think I know how to do that. Okay. Let's see what that does. And we're going to check telemetry again on it too. Okay, pull telemetry down here. This is just the old Motec, the 1.1.2. If you use the new Motec, some of these older workbooks don't pull up correctly. So if you are wanting to do telemetry, go find the old ones. I suspect you can still find it on the GenX website. Not sure where else, but they are definitely available. All right. Sorry, I'm checking to see what all these million messages are that people are hitting me with. Looks like everything's pretty much positive. I was expecting a couple of people to ask me what kind of craziness I was up to, but so far this isn't so bad. Everybody seems to be pretty happy with the new state of the world, or at least the state of the world of GenX. I think it's all going to be a good thing to have GenX cars back on track. Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked with my Facebook messages. All right, we already opened this. That was just a little 7-lapper. Okay, we don't look bad. It looks like turn 2, there's a big, must be a pretty good sized bump in there that we're hitting, but that's not a big deal. What we do want to look at is how much travel we really got going on. The left side's flopping around a lot. Yep. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's not horrible. The high point's 4 inches. The low is 1.7, so we could probably drop there. Not low. I'm sorry. The low is 0 right there. The beginning of turn 1. Basically, when we're braking, we're going into turn 1 and we're hitting the brakes and we're bouncing a couple times, and that's the 0. Looks like on the right side though, turn 2 is where we're going low point, which is right there. More than likely I could keep bringing the bump stop up to fix that, but you get into a sticky thing when you do that, because like right now with it touching the track, it unloads the front slightly. If you bring a bump stop up to stop that, then when it hits that point right there, it's putting all that weight onto the tire, which could get the car out of shape. I would rather it unload for a quick second in the middle of the turn than have it make you spin out. But being the right side, that leads you to, that kind of gets into a gray area of, I may want to try to fix it because that could be the rotation we're looking for. So, it's just, yeah, you kind of got to be situational. If you can find this work group or workbook, it's from ERG, Esports Racing Group. I don't know if they're a thing anymore, but it's got a lot of good little tools in it. I like to look at this one sometimes because I'm kind of the world's worst at being an off the pedal, on the pedal driver. I don't feather the gas a lot, so a lot of my setups are built for mashing the gas. It pretty much shows you how bad you are at it right here. This is me. That's often on the throttle a lot. And I have this habit here. If you look at this is right in the middle of the turn. I have a habit of touching the gas. I do it a lot of times to keep the car off the yellow line if I drove in too deep to where I can tap the throttle and it kind of keeps it in the turn. I was doing hand motions just now and you couldn't see it, but it's just a bad habit I've always had. It doesn't seem to affect the car or hurt the driving any. It's just a thing. Okay, so we're going to go back here. I still just don't feel like this car's turning like I want. So I'm going to bring the caster up on the left side a little bit. We're going to get it a lot closer to the right. That broke the camber. There we go. We're going to bring this packer up. And then I'm going to go 2 clicks on both sides just to keep that even. I'm going to try to get some more rotation out of it. So let's go up on the shock on the left side also, just slightly. And then this is just personal preference, but I like 10-to-1 steering on these kind of tracks. I just feel like I have better control of the steering wheel. All right. Yep, I think we're close. And after this, I will upload this setup to the GenX development Discord, the GenX Academy. If you don't know where that's at, go to genxracing.com to the website, and I'm pretty sure there's a link there to that Discord. If not, ask someone, ask me or Steven or somebody, and we'll get you to it. Oh, that packer feels good. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Oh yeah. Yep, the packer planted the right front tire better.
19.07.
Still forgot to mess with the brake balance. I feel it every time I go in the corner. It's hurting on entry just a little because that brake balance can help you get down into the corner pretty easily without forcing the car.
18.959.
I feel like it needs more stagger in the rear. I want it to turn on throttle better and it doesn't. I don't mean tire spin, I mean you can tell the difference in like a spring split and track bar split. I don't want the wheel spin because that'll burn up the tires. I just want the car to rotate. So here's how we're going to do that. And it's kind of the same thing I've already done a couple of times. You've seen it, but it's going to, now that we have everything else where we want it, I think, brake balance. I'm going to put this, take that down to 63. This should work now better. So we're going to take this left spring. I want to make this split between the left and right a little bit better. We're already at 150 there, so this time I'm going to add to the right. 7271. This is going to not have quite the exact same effect as the left, but it will help a lot. Okay, we're still bottom. I think we're in good shape here. 407,000, 407,000. Man, I'm going to take this down one more. I don't want to mess with the asymmetry yet, but I think we're close. Okay. All right. I'm going to get my lap counter up here. I'm running if anyone's curious, I always run this sim racing apps. It's the same thing that puts the gauges on my screen, but I always have this open when I'm racing. It gives me, how many laps I can go, laps to empty, how much fuel I need to add. Tells me where my tape's at, which we can't adjust now. Brake balance. It also, when I'm testing, it gives me a lap counter, so I know how many laps I've done. It's good information on the screen. This one I have open a lot too when I'm in practices and things. It's got the weather on it, and it also gives me the standings so I know who I'm racing against. I'm assuming because I'm in a test session, I am not a rookie .01. That's really bad. But either way, that's what I mean when I said lap counter. I've just run sim racing apps. I know there's a lot of tools out there to do it. Personally, I use the beeping in the pit road to tell me I'm speeding because, it's just a crutch that I've always used. And that is a free tool, by the way, simracingapps.com. They're not paying me anything, but it's one of those things I've run since early on when I got on iRacing a lot of years ago. All right, let's see how this feels now with the right rear spring. She's turning. I'm going to try to baby it up off the corner for a few laps and see if it starts to come around, because I think it's going to be loose for a minute. She's rotating, though. Yeah, if you hammer it up off the corner, it's going to get sideways right now. Oh, it's going to get sideways on entry. Okay, I know what that is. All right, I'll show you what that is. What's going on here? Okay, stop. What's going on right here is when I brought this packer up, I've tightened up the left front enough now that when we go off into the corner, the brake balance is, and I put a little more back in that, but it's making it rotate more. So now when this nose is sitting down, it's setting on this left front packer harder, and it'll make the car spin out. So I took a tiny bit out of that. I took some of the brake balance back away. Let's see where we're at now. Because I don't know if it's right or not. I've had arguments with people whether I'm right or wrong or not. I don't care. I go by what I feel. And to me, I feel like when you mess with the right rear spring, you're making the car looser on entry to the middle and then an overall loose. The left rear spring, to me, is very much an exit, like a middle out setting. So if you're loose, you add left rear spring or left rear tire. If you're tight, you take them away. And that's mostly up off the exit. It helps a little on entry, but like I said, I think of right rear as an entry, left rear as an exit. It's just
19.018.
the way the car feels to me and what I've always done with adjustments. And I mean, I'm no Class A setup builder and I don't run a setup shop, but I've done this a long time and I've got a lot of experience building these setups.
18.952. .979.
Right in the middle of the corner, it still needs a tiny bit more, but I don't know that I can get it without hurting the rest of the turn. It just needs to get the rear end around just slightly. But I don't want to hurt exit, because right now that's
18.999.
very nice, consistent times this thing is running. Oop, got it down on the apron. Gonna have to eat this lap. Just got a little bit left in it, I think, right in the middle of the corner. It's shooting up the track just slightly. Okay, let's gather it back up.
19.574.
Good laps. Okay, we're on lap 7. I'm going to run this out to about lap 15. I just want to look at the tires.
19.369.
See, I'm bumping it in the middle of the corner. It's just a habit.
.2 5, 4.
Car feels really good. I'm not going to lie. If the tire wear is pretty even on this, I think I'm going to save it and call it good.
19.171.
It probably needs long run testing to see what it does after 40 laps or 50 laps, but I should be able to tell that after 15 laps or so. You'll be able to tell if it's wearing the right front or right rear more or what it's trending to. And there's a handy little
19.34.
graph in the telemetry that helps you see that as well.
$19.335.
Right now I'm using the apron and it's helping. Oh, got a little there, a little hot. I feel like this might actually be leaning on the right rear just a little bit.
19.426.
If it is, then it should stay pretty even like this, or neutral at least. I try to build towards neutral, if not just slightly loose. I don't really like a car that's out of control loose. I don't drive those well, and I tend to wreck them, so kind of wastes a race if you wreck a loose car halfway through it because you're trying to overdrive it, or someone's passing you at a bad spot and your car is not really stable. Can't count how many times I've done that where, you know, trying to let a leader by or something and you wreck yourself because you're just trying to get out of the way, but your car isn't stable. You know what I mean? Fast or not, it's got to be stable.
19.588.
If you can't drive it, then it's not stable. All right, this is going to complete lap 15, I believe.
$19.535.
Okay, see if we can hear the sim racing app's beeper thing. I'll show you what I'm talking about for those that don't know. And it should count me down to my pit box also. See, there we go. Oh, I missed. See, this is why you practice. I had no idea where pit road entrance was at this place. Alright, see, watch. If I get up to the... See, it beeps if I get to the speed limit in here.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1.
See? Kind of cool. Alright, let's go.
Right here.
Look at them in here first. 96, 97. That's not bad. Temperature is what we're really looking at, too. This is just the iRacing temp. When you look in telemetry, you get a different temperature out of it. It's just the way it is. All right, let's see. Let's get telemetry back down here. Wow, I'm amazed. It looks like we might actually have 4 people viewing. That's impressive. Hello, whoever you are. I haven't streamed in like, I think I said at the beginning of this thing, I haven't streamed in about 3 years at least. 4 years on any consistent basis, so this is all kinds of fun. I just feel like I should build a setup today for no reason. Okay, here's what we're going to look at. First, we're going to make sure and proof everything we were already going over. We look pretty good. It's, I mean, bumpy track. There's no way around this, but it is what it is. Not so much an aero track anyway. We're not hitting. We're mostly sealed. The car's pretty even. If you look at the rear here, it stays pretty stable. Splitter, we're not hitting anymore. So I'm going to look at, where is it? Nope, not this one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, where's the one I want? There's this one. Okay. What we're looking at here is whether the numbers are positive or negative. And this is, Yeah, see, a negative number means we're looser and a positive means we're tighter. So we have positive numbers, which is fine, but if you look at this, it's trending towards going loose. So we're starting off, we started off real good when the tires were fresh, but lap 4, 5, 6, 7, we were tight, 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 but it's getting better. Now we're single digits. Um, Lap 11 is the one I think I got squirrely and said we need to see if we can get our times back. But if you look after that, we're kind of getting towards a neutral state. So that's pretty good. Um, I'm happy with that. Okay, sorry, replying to a work message. So yeah, like I said, that's looking pretty good. We'd have to run it out to like lap 50 to see what it really does. Um, I'm not gonna do that right now. Just don't have that time and don't have that. I hate to say give a crap, but right now I don't. I'm still just trying to make it stable, drivable, and get it where I want it. But you know, as you can see, we've changed quite a lot of this setup. It's definitely not the setup we started with, but we did start with the fixed. And I barely changed any shock settings. Um, there's a whole world of shock settings there that can be changed, uh, with these new shocks. And to be honest, we'd probably get more speed if we took them all up to the max setting and then started fine tuning from there. But for this purpose of this video, I'm trying to show basically someone how to build a setup from the fixed. So, you know, if we want to just build a setup from scratch, you would take a maxed out, a setup with everything maxed and move it around from there. I didn't change a lot. The cross weight's pretty close to where we started. Um, didn't change the asymmetry a lot. The preload's pretty similar to where we started. Um, things like that. I didn't change a ton. Shocks are the same. Even track bars are real similar to where we started. Um, did change springs a little bit. We moved some ride heights around and we changed the ballast. So basically, we moved some weight to the rear of this car. Um, I don't like 300 shocks. Front springs. I just don't like how they drive. So we went to 400s. You can play around with this stuff if you want to do a 500 or a 600 spring. You can. I do find typically at short tracks a 400 spring is usually a really good spring overall. There are tracks like Bristol maybe where I will sometimes put a 6 or 700 right front spring in it and leave the left really weak because of just how I drive that track. Um, and when we get to that point, I will definitely have fun doing a public set for Bristol, and I will make a video of that because I love that track, and I'm always looking for a certain feel out of that track. And if you don't watch, you know, how I build the set or how I drive the set, you may not understand how to drive the track properly. And I don't mean properly in the sense that I'm the only person that knows how to drive it. I mean in the sense that I drive that track a certain way for the setups I build. If you don't drive it the way I wanted it, or at least that I built it, you run the risk of just wearing out the right front tire because you're not driving the set correctly. So when I say driving correctly, I mean driving the setup correctly for the way it was built. And that's the problem you run into with setup shops or anyone else. They're building a setup around how they want it to feel and how they think you should drive the track. So therefore, if you're not driving their setup correctly for how they built it, you're not going to get the results out of it that they do. You're going to be left wondering how the hell they're running a second faster than you on the same track on the same set. And that's also assuming that they're driving the same setup that they're selling you, which, you know, um, yeah, and I'm not going to say they're not, but I would suspect that they're not built. I would suspect they're not having you drive the set that they are driving themselves. But that's not me. I don't do I don't do that whole world over there of pace sets right now, so this is what I'm doing. I'm just putting together a public set because I haven't done one in a lot of years and might as well. So basically, we're having fun. Um, if someone has questions, let me know. I don't know if we have. Yeah, I don't even know if there's questions on here. I don't even know if there's comments. I don't even know how this works. It's been a lot of time since I've done this. Um, man, I'm trying to see. I thought there was a place in here that I could see the stream and if people were typing in it or not. But yeah, I think there is somewhere in you. I'm sending it to YouTube and not Twitch, so it's been a while. They've changed a lot of stuff on it since the last time I did it. Let's see. Ah, there we go. I see the live chat thing, but apparently I didn't turn it on. Yeah, no worries. We'll know for next time. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it says it's disabled for this video, so I bet you I've got to turn something on in OBS to make that work. Let's see. Kind of looking to see if I can find it in here, but just for next time maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Cool. Well, anyway. Anyway, I'll save this. I'll probably work on it again, make it a little bit better before next week. See if we can't do something different with it, and not different, but we can make it a little bit better. Might do a little longer run with it. Let's see. What is this? 23? No, it's 23S1. No, it's S2 now. Is it S1 or S2 now? It's week 13, so I have no idea. We're going to call it S2 because I'm pretty sure that's what we're going into. Let's see. Let's just give this a version. Let's call this 1.2. No, 1.1. This is the second time we've saved it. Yep. So we saved it. It was running. Well, actually, let's just look at this because we can tell what we were doing. Okay, so we started off with the one that was having trouble, just unpredictable. Ran 19.9s. We poked at it a little bit and go 7, 2, 1. This one got to a 0 and then an 18.9. We peaked at 18.9.2, which I think we could I mean, if I tightened it up, I think we could get it faster than that for a hot lap. But yeah, we kept poking. We were just kind of running the same times, 18.9s. But you see where we got consistent. We ran a 0, then a 9.9.9. Kind of got squirrely with a 5, and then a 3, 2, 1, 3, 3. It's just kind of didn't fall off too much. Half a second over that lap wasn't too bad. So I'll take it for now. Like I said, surely we can make it better, but that's how it rolls. So, well, I'm going to jump off here, but everybody enjoy, and